the start of fall. A few days ago our weather shifted and a storm system started coming in. Today we have an atmospheric river hitting us in the afternoon, and it's going to be here for the next few days, so the hunting should be pretty good. I've got 24-kilometer-an-hour winds right now. They're kind of swirling, not super ideal, but I'd rather wind than no wind. And right now I'm just walking my way up to my spot. I should probably mention I've got both blacktail deer tags and black bear tags. We're getting towards the end of the black bear season here. By the end of October, I don't really see them a whole lot. So if I see a good black bear today, I will take it. And if I see just about any buck today, I'll probably take it just to get a first one in the freezer. Just found a huge game trail coming out of the timber into the clear cut. Alright folks, that rain is starting to hit, so it's time to put away the good camera here and just switch to shooting on the GoPro here, because it's about to get wet. Speaking of which, I should probably change into my Helly Hansen rubbers, because I'm about to get soaked in the best way possible, because when I'm soaked during blacktail season, it sucks during it, but after it, I look back and I'm like, frag, I wish I was getting soaked in blacktail season. So, here we are. Let's get soaked in blacktail season. It's so quiet back here. I need some rain to muffle my sound. There's game trails all around, but I'm making so much noise. I'm in a very similar spot to where I killed my buck last year. I'm surrounded by mature hemlock, fir, and a little bit of cedar. I'm walking a really old logging road. This is mature second growth that I'm in. Now we're talking. We got some rain, which means I have sound cover, which means I can get off the main trail and into the bush a little bit. Oh my god. That tastes so good right now. I've been hiking without water for a little bit, so nice to rehydrate while I got this stream. As luck would have it, as soon as I entered the mature second growth to still hunt, the rain just stops. So it's dead quiet back here. Not a great set of conditions for still hunting. That's okay. I think what I'm gonna do is hike up to the spot that I've seen rubs and beds, set a couple cameras around there, is good, and I know that the rain is a lot thicker. And come try to hunt it then and see what kind of data I've gathered over that month. But for right now, I've got another 100 or 200 meters ahead of me, which doesn't seem like much until you're in here and this is what you've got to work with. This spot is absolutely filled with rubs. It's really nice and open back here. See, the problem with early stage growth, first succession, it's so thick. And then as a forest matures, it drowns out some of the understory because of the canopy. So a lot of the understory doesn't grow. And then once it turns to old growth, once again the canopy starts to open up again because you have a lot of deadfall, you have a lot of openings. And the understory starts to blow back up. So this sweet spot, or the Goldilocks zone if you will, is like a mature second growth that's just starting to get some understory like old growth, but still has the visibility. It's a tough thing to find. It involves a lot of scouting. And here on Vancouver Island, it's really tough to find. On the mainland, you can find a lot of forests like this, but on Vancouver Island, it's been so heavily logged that finding this stage, I find, where I live, is tough. That's so fresh. Alright, as you can probably tell from the wired look of my eye, I just shot a deer on my way out. I got back to the truck, and right around the corner from the truck is a small little spike. And I got to within 75 yards and took the shot. He ran pretty far, completely in the opposite direction that I thought. Alright, time to get to work on this while I still have some light. Good morning. It's the next day. That's my deer. I wrapped it in its harp because it's now October 2nd, and October is bear season here. The bears just come and they try to get on as many extra calories as they possibly can by going through people's garbages this time of year. Generally, garbages in our town this time of year are filled with salmon, so the bears are just going nuts on trying to get those salmon. So I wrapped this guy up just to prevent anything from trying to get to it. Right now, the plan is to skin it. Alright, so story time. Last night, after I had basically fully given up on the hunt, I was walking back to the car in the pouring rain, and I thought, you know what? I'd been out all day. I hadn't seen a single deer all day. I'm just going to hammer on the fawn in distress call. So right before I walked back to the truck, I posted up in the cut, and I just hammered on the fawn in distress call for honestly, a minute and a half straight. Just it's this little call from this company called Atkiss, I think. It's a little, you blow into it. It's like a little cedar, like basically musical instrument. And I blew into it for 1.5 minutes straight, every 4 or 5 seconds. So I was like, ree, 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 making that noise. And nothing came out. I waited 10 minutes. The light was basically fully gone at this point. And I knew I had 10 minutes to get back to my truck before the light was completely gone. So I'm like, okay, I'm walking back to the truck. And at this point, after making all that noise and nothing came out, I thought there's no way anything's going to be around. So I'm walking back to the truck full stride. I'm not really glassing the cuts. I'm not really looking around me. I'm just kind of like 1 foot in front of the other, hoofing it back to the truck as quickly as possible. I walk around a corner and I catch this shape out of the corner of my eye on the road ahead of me about 70, 80 yards. It's pretty dark at this point, so I'm like, is that a deer? I pull out my binos, confirm it's a deer. And on further inspection, it's a buck. Not a huge buck, obviously, you've seen it. But it's the first one that I've seen this season after being out for 7 or 8 times. So for me, I'm gonna take that buck. I've always heard the age-old aphorism, never pass up on the first day what you would gladly take on the last day. And this is a deer that, while not very big in size, I would gladly take on the last day. So here on Vancouver Island, I can take 2 bucks. I'm gonna take my first one, being a smaller one, and then I can be a little bit choosier, a little bit pickier on my second one. When I shot this deer here, I shot it right there. That's the entry point, right behind its shoulder. But because it was quartering away, it just blew out on the opposite side of the shoulder. So the bullet, more or less, if you're looking at the deer from a frontal perspective, like this, entered here, right behind the shoulder where you want it, and came out right here through the other side of the shoulder, not necessarily where you want it. So the reason I don't want this is because there's a lot of meat in this part of the shoulder right here. This is meat right here. And unfortunately, there's quite a bit of meat loss there. I'm shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor, which is a pretty tight round and not known for causing a lot of like ballistic action. So this thing didn't cause as much damage as I would have if I was shooting like a 30-06 or something. The biggest chunks of meat that you're gonna get on these deer are these back legs right here. These are the hind quarters. These are the front quarters. When I'm hunting with other people and they help me drag an animal out, I give them a front quarter and I save the back quarters for myself. And then we got these back straps that run right around here. I'm gonna skin this thing up, get it in the cooler, and I'm gonna let it bleed out for 3 or 4 days before I ultimately butcher it up and freeze pack it.